Can I borrow you more, Kerry? What we're going to do is we're going to look at a series of arm locks, wrist locks, control and restraint. From a teaching point of view, it's easy to teach them from what we call an escort position on the side of the individual concerned. So here you've got this little finger and thumb activity that goes around the neck of the wrist. Here we've got either a loose grip, depending on how strong you are, what clothing you've got on, you can reinforce the grip. Yeah? And all you would do with this is you have a bladed stance. So a bladed stance basically is a fighting stance. All we're going to do is use it to control somebody. Hip goes close to the individual. Their arm comes close to your center line. So you've got a fulcrum point if need be to apply a little bit of pressure to them. Yeah? This can be relaxed. It can go into a grip. It can go into a pressure point. But this is the basic control position. As the individual having this done, do yourself a favor and just keep that loose. If you put any degree of tension in it, you're going to struggle. The person doing it will feel that tension, try and override what you're doing, and ultimately someone will go twang. So relax. So this is an escort position, and all you're going to do from here is just move an individual around and see how easy it is to move them. Yeah? There's some critical points with this. There are some good ways to move somebody and some bad ways to move somebody. So every time I move him, I am using my body weight going forward to move him. Yeah? I don't ever move across in front of them. Yeah? Because when I do this, I've given up my center line. I've walked into what's called his fighting arc, yeah? Where he can now reach me with the other arm. He can now control the situation. So if I'm walking down somewhere and I want to go over there, we go over there. Yeah? Want to go to the right, he just goes to the right. Want to go to the left, spin them, move them. I don't walk straight over. I've compromised myself. Yeah? You start feeling the feedback. Yeah? A little bit of resistance leads me into increasing my level of force. If my level of force is still trying to push him and he ain't going anywhere, the next stage is I've got to break his balance. If you think about when you do your Keons and everything, the kazushis, you break in balance and then you're moving in to do the technique. It's the same thing. Exactly the same thing. This is why you take a bladed position. Yeah? Because from here, in the job, we would say you take a step forward and you break the balance. In a karate dojo, you would say, Akuriashi! Yeah? Yeah? It's the same thing. Yeah? But, watch this hand.
Okay, yeah.
So your eyes don't lie, right? Yeah. Most people, when they first start doing it, just turn 45 that way, sorry, this way. Yeah? They do this. Snap the elbow and push someone forward. Yeah? Puts a lot of strain on the elbow. Body mechanics are such that if I turn his arm and I put the thumb down, it's weak. Goes anywhere you want it to. Yeah? So I need to be cognizant of the fact that this hand has to operate. So it's like revving a motorbike but in reverse, I suppose. I don't ride a motorbike. But yeah? This is your throttle. Yeah? And all that happened there was a turn, shoulder, shift of body weight, and now I've got him moving. Yeah? So, statically and slowly, just have a little feel of that. This movement, even though it's only inches, the deflection up here is feet and yards. So this isn't a great big bang. Think of the focal point, the point at which it would rotate around, being their elbow. Yeah? So don't try and move them from the wrist. because you'll throw them a long way and you'll do a lot of damage in training on the elbow joint. So think of the action itself being maintaining the elbow point here in front of your chest, in front of your sternum, and it's twist. And that will get you that break of balance, the kazushi that we call it, yeah? Everyone happy with that? Right, we'll move on. Kerry, can I borrow you again, please? So, escort position. Yeah? Nice and relaxed. The more relaxed I am, the more feedback I get from him. If I'm tense, the first thing I'm going to do is relax and then do something. So, nice and relaxed. This is what you train for. Break of balance. Yeah? Now, I've took him that way. I'm going to control him now. I'm going to control him with a thumb lock. Right? So, if we just turn this way, just watch. Slowly. It's called the front gooseneck, right?
This is the one we do, pretty sure.
Yeah, well, this is a front gooseneck. So again, it's from this position, nice and easy. You go forward, and then what you do is you come back.
Okay.
Yeah? Now I'll show you, slowly, right? Escort position. Break of balance. Yeah? Break of balance. See how I'm moving to facilitate the activity?
I'm getting a bit worried.
Yeah? If I don't create the gap and then close it, I end up doing something like the mechanics of your body are such that you need to create the gap. Yeah? And then you need, with this one, to lock it. So you're using your thumbs behind that hinge joint on the wrist, and you're using these to play the bagpipes. Yeah? And this is what's called the front thumb, a transport wrist lock. Yeah? From here, I can let go of the outer arm, do the controls if I need to. Yeah? Or I can tuck it in here. And it's what's called a low profile escort. Yeah? Because what I'm actually doing is I'm using a wrist compression here along his forearm against my bicep. Yes. So I'm using my cubit against his cubit. Come on, son. I'll just show you a little augmentation with this as well that you can do. Can I borrow your Kerry, please? So, we sometimes do in martial arts, pressure point applications and all the rest of it, yeah? So, rather than just this, you can do this to get where you need him to be, yeah? This is just making the technique more realistic, more practical. Sometimes this works. Sometimes you need to saw and push the tricep over, yeah?
Right.
Yeah, but what you then do is you do the recovery back in. So in much the same way as we were doing some techniques the other day where it's almost like sticky hands. This isn't leaving him. It's staying there all the time, yeah? Because as soon as I go, I've got one point of control. Whereas here I've got the feedback as to where we need to go, yeah? And if it need be, and he still doesn't go, I can then start thinking of moving into other techniques.
Yeah.
You happy about this bit?
Yes.
With the capture of the thumb. So I'm going to turn my back on you. Yeah? Now you see, Dan, now you don't. Previously, I would go this way. Yeah? Now I'm going to go this way.
Okay.
Did you see that? Okay. Just face that wall. Yeah? So, you should be able to see this. Instead of me going through his armpit, I go this is that final position, hand behind, thumb is still there, this one is locking, this one can pull in. No way he's going to hit me. I can drop him, I can hold him, I can get him to calm down. Once he calms down, back into the front thumb lock. Starts kicking off. Bring your thumb lock. Fish up there. Whatever you need to do. Yeah, happy with that?
Yeah. If I could see.
Yeah? So, where are you going to capture this for the guys to see? Right. Yeah? Break a balance. Thumb. Instead of me going through his armpit, I go through his armpit. Yeah? And I've got him here. I've also got here. Yeah? Here.
Is there any pain there?
Not on him at present, there isn't, because I was doing it without pain. Yes. It's exactly the same as you get the compression at the front. It's actually a little bit more because you've got the ability to put a second hand onto it, and you've also got the ability to work the shoulder a bit more so the hip comes in. Yeah? Want to try that? So, we'll take it from an escort position because it's easier to understand. All right? When you start changing the angle of it, it gets a little bit more complicated insofar as your approach and all the rest of it. But it's very, very basic. All I will say is, look for the figure 4. Look for the figure 4.
Okay. That's the big one.
That's the lock there.
The lock is here, here, and here. But this is the last piece that you need for this technique to stop the forward roll. You put the lock on. Try and lean forward. Go on, try. Now try. Do you see that? What did I do?
Your weight back. Take me forward and take your weight back.
How did I do it?
This.
Very basically.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, very good.